We go right
So
into Sony.
that's it. Yeah.
We're gonna skip Nintendo and EA. We talked about a lot of their games at the top of the show, and Ubisoft is also mixed into both conferences as well because they have so many games.
The first game that I didn't know anything about that was something that people were talking about a lot was Bloodborne.
Which was Project Beast, was what all the
Previously.
leaks were about.
Right. Now, who's making this? Software?
From Software, the Souls and Demon
Dark Souls?
Demon Souls.
Okay.
Demon
Okay,
Age.
so I think that's what has people like, oh my god, this is from those guys. Looks dark, gritty. I don't know what type of... Was it zombies? I couldn't tell what the monsters were.
They're like
Something.
demonic creature things.
I think a lot of people are interested in it. This is not my game. This is not my type of game, but I see the appeal for people that love it.
It's my kind of game if I played single player more. Also, the Souls games have gotten to a point where it's like you have to be really into it to get into it, I think. And maybe this will be a bit more accessible. I don't know. I know, I say that as if it would be a good thing. Most people would be like, oh no, make it as inaccessible as possible, and that's what the franchise is about.
Right.
But this is kind of a chance for them to veer off that. I love the gothic theme to this, which I think it differs from Dark Souls and Demon Souls in that sense. It's pretty cool. I'm excited to play personally, and I
Bloodborne is
wasn't really
Demon
in other
Souls'
cases.
spiritual successor. They have confirmed. That's from Hawk
Spiritual successor, yeah.
Okay. Well, that means it's going to be hard as fuck.
Probably, yep.
Yeah, this is just not for me. I'm just telling you guys, this game is just not for me.
It might have been the best graphically in the entire show. I think it looks better than The Order, which you previously have said you think looks really good.
I thought the order looked phenomenal.
I think this looks better.
I don't know, man. That's hard to pull off. I thought...
It is all pre-rendered stuff, and Order's shown some actual gameplay, though, so...
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, I think a lot of people are excited for this. Obviously, Demon Souls and Dark Souls has a lot of rabid fans. So this is definitely going to be on a lot of people's radar. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be exclusive next-gen title.
I think it's PlayStation exclusive?
If it's a PlayStation exclusive,
yeah,
it's probably going to sell some copies.
It's exclusive.
Sell some copies, then. Yeah, it's gonna push some systems because people love them some Dark Souls. That's all I got on it. It's just not one that I particularly care about. But yeah, I got you guys. Now, my fucking game of the show. My fucking game of the show. No Man's Sky.
Oh, wait, I need to actually pause the other one.
Game of the show.
I will say, I was watching the thing, and I was like, oh, they're doing the same thing they did for the VGAs. Because it was like the same kind of opening minute of the game. And I was like, oh, okay, they're just showing the same thing, but they kind of fleshed stuff out. They added some monsters and stuff, et cetera, et cetera. And it was like, oh shit, they're going the next level as well by flying into space, flying onto another surface. They did the dogfight, and then they flew off again. And he's like, okay, so now you guys are starting to mix it all up, bring it all together essentially.
Game of the fucking show. There are several reasons why, most important of which I need to mention right now. I am a backer. I have nothing against them. They're fucking doing what, $44 million. $44 million has been promised. And they are an indie studio with no funding whatsoever. They're doing the same thing, damn near, if you read, that they're attempting to do with almost no funding.
And 4 people I think they had initially.
Now, if you guys don't look at this game and say, God damn, that is a fucking technical accomplishment, then you have no appreciation, I think, for games at this point. Like, 4-man fucking team.
4 people started.
There is no game Not a single fucking game that has the same space exploration that looks like is possible within this game. You cannot name a single fucking game that I would be like, yep.
With the surface stuff. I mean, like, Dangerous Elite has the space stuff currently. Star Citizen's supposed to have the space stuff. They haven't shown anything of surface stuff. But they've already got this whole package together. And they've only been on the game for, what, a couple years, I think, now? Is what they said? Like, two or 3 years, a 4-man team has all this shit put together already?
I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, how is this not the game of the show? How can anyone be like, fuck No Man's Sky, or I'm not even interested in No Man's Sky, or this game looks boring? Like, what? I am mind blown right now at the technical achievement that it looks like these guys have fucking pulled off with this game. Like, mind fucking blown.
I was most impressed when they come up to the second planet, and like when they actually get down there, the terrain also matches what it looked like from above when they were in space. Like,
yep.
It wasn't just like a postcard type effect. It was actually roughly matching what the terrain was on the actual surface. Really cool. And then afterwards, they're like, oh yeah, and each of you will get your own planet to explore, and then all of them will be put together in this infinite universe. It's like, seriously? Get my own planet, and there's other people's planets?
Yeah, it's like, what?
And it's all in one?
I was like, and I've been talking about this game since it debuted at VGX. Now, the reason I've been so hype about this game is because I have a game design that I have been working on for the better part of a year that is similar to this, but different. And if they pull it off, it is showing me that it is one step closer to do what I want to fucking do in a video game. I am just mind blown by the technical achievement in this. Procedurally generated worlds, wildlife out the ass. You can fly in space, fly around from one planet to another planet, and counter a fucking space battle. A fucking battle. Dogfight to your heart's content. Go land on another planet, explore some shit, and go fly around somewhere else. And the issue, there's a couple issues I had with what people said. One, some people are like, this is not for me. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I don't see where people, like, the thing was like, these are some things that I don't like what people say. And I think Array was someone that said this, and I also heard other people saying, there's no objective. I'm not interested. What? Your objective is to fucking explore.
They also haven't worked on that part of the game. Like, it could very well be the kind. Minecraft shipped with no objective.
Right.
Terraria is another one that had no objective. Starbound.
Some of the absolute biggest games out have no fucking objective.
Yeah.
And they're not even a fraction. Like, I'd argue that Minecraft is probably the only, maybe Terraria, Minecraft is only the comparable game that has the same scope level that you think about as this game. The only one.
I wouldn't even say it's comparable. But yeah.
I'm blown away. Like, blown away. So, if you are not hyped for No Man's Sky, by far my fucking game of the show at E3. Hell, if it was shown at last year's E3, it would have been game of the show. Shown at this year's E3 is game of the show. I haven't seen anything that has been remotely as intriguing to me as No Man's Sky. Period. In like the last 10 years, nothing. Not even close. Like this is literally what pushing next gen to me is like as a gamer. Yep. Scratches that itch.
They seem to piece it all together now and add tons of content. Like, there have to be tons of creatures, tons of different wildlife, tons of different types of planets, tons of, weapons, vehicles, etc. Like, they have to add so much shit to make this game awesome. But if they do, it's going to be ridiculous.
Right. Now, here's another point. Was it Latterine? You said, I think we're going to be so disappointed, though. Here's the thing. These guys have not set any expectations. There's no one that has been like, oh my god, this is the game that's going to rock your world. They have not said shit about this game. They really haven't. They've shown us 2 trailers, and that's pretty much it. I think there's a blog, if you care to read it. I tweeted it. There's a blog on the PlayStation thing, and they sound completely like deer in headlights right now. They're like, oh my God, this is, a project that we really wanted to work on. They sound very humbled, and they have set no expectations. That is what is so fantastic to me about it. There are no expectations set. There's no trailer saying infinite galaxies, explore to your heart's content, millions of worlds, trillions of worlds, space exploration. No promises.
Unlike another comparable game.
Right. So
with $40 million of promises.
That's all I'm saying. It's like there's some people out there that got a lot of funding that have not come close to what I've seen with this. So,
hopefully they keep surprising us. Like I said, I was surprised when they already had all this stuff working. I thought it was all stuff that they planned on doing and wouldn't be able to get up for a little while. But really, it's only been, what, like 7 months since VGAs? And they had
7 months since VGAs.
And they had that flood.
And their studio got flooded.
Yeah.
Talk about scrappy fighters, dude. Like, they got my support 100%. Hello Games. Whew. Game of the fucking show. Alright, so here's my system seller, Colin.
Yeah?
Uncharted 4. A Thief's End.
That's be all you.
Now,
I don't get Uncharted.
What? Colin, it is so good. You like God of War, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm not making a comparison. I'm not making a comparison to God of War, but I was going to say what God of War is to you is what Uncharted is to me.
I see. And you would say you don't get God of War either, so it works.
I would say I don't get the appeal of God of War that much.
That's fair.
So, Uncharted 4, what I liked about the trailer is that I'm not saying that this wasn't doctored at all. I'm not saying any of that because it looked mind-blowing. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Colin, it looks so good.
It looks really good.
They said that the trailer footage was all caught in the in-game engine.
Yep.
What do you think?
And I quote, that is the quote for this trailer. All of the footage that you guys are watching right now was caught in the in-game engine. Whew.
You've been out of the game.
They made an engine that can play 1080p videos. They loaded up the video. No, I don't know. It looks really good.
Know the risks. But come on,
just from a gameplay perspective, I've never been a fan. So,
Colin, it was the story that captivated me.
One thing I've learned
like it was just so well put together. And I played in reverse order. I played 3, 2, 1.
I don't really have an option here. You know that.
I was like, I never played Uncharted until we bought that PS3 with the Uncharted bundle, and I just sat down one day and I was like, I'm gonna play this. I played 8 hours straight. I couldn't put it down, and then I was like, well, shit. I came back and finished it, and I was like, oh man, that was a great fucking game. And then I had all these people telling me Uncharted 2 is way better than Uncharted 3, and I was like, what?
Oh, shit, sorry.
Seriously?
Wrong window.
Yep, they confirmed 1080p, targeting 60 FPS. So while this does look sick, never played Uncharted, but this looks great. Just listen, I was not a believer. Like I said, I played the last one, the very last one, 3. And then I was like, this is so good, I gotta play the other ones. I'm telling you, it's a good game. It's really good. So I have very high expectations for Uncharted 4, and that is the game. Unless No Man's Sky comes out before it, and it's not on Xbox or PC, I'm hoping it's on PC, it is the game that will make me go out and buy my PlayStation 4.
Wow.
Yep.
Can we talk about how they made Nathan Drake look just like Nathan Fillion now? Like,
he does look different.
Looks exactly like him now.
I can't remember who I heard talking about it, and they said that it was like the realism of the game makes it so that they had to change his face because he doesn't look like the game looks good on PlayStation 3. Like it looks fantastic, but it has like a slightly different art direction than this looks like it is going to take.
It looks like Spitting Image now.
Are you putting it up a side by side?
I was trying to find one of Uncharted 4 specifically. There's always been like a comparison people have made, but now he looks exactly like him. Like they haven't even tried to avoid it. I can't find a good example from this one.
We have not talked about Destiny. It's coming.
It's coming next, I believe, right?
No, we got the order.
Okay. Yeah, the were creature.
What was that?
I was a bit upset. I was about to get angry and start yelling and throwing things because I thought they were doing another zombie.
Zombie.
That doesn't be another game that did freaking zombies. So they successfully misdirected me there.
I was a little.
I was really expecting it. I was like, oh shit, they're doing zombies again. Every single fucking game has to have zombies. And then it turned into a werewolf thing, were creature. Can we call it a were creature?
I don't quite know what it is. It initially it looked like a zombie. Then he ate that thing and morphed, and I was like, what? Werewolf. It's a magic werewolf.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It looks okay. I'm not excited about the order really, which is weird for me because I love the werewolf vampire.
Why aren't you excited for the order? I can't get it. Like
I just can't get into it. Like the gameplay, every time I see it, it looks like a generic third-person shooter experience from a gameplay perspective.
What? Okay, so I'm gonna pose this a different way. What about Gears of War, when you first saw it, made you interested in the game?
I can't remember. I just played multiplayer, dude.
You didn't beat the single player in the first one?
I played the single player, but I didn't play it for like several months.
You're just despicable.
I'm not really a normal use case here. But even then, like the speed of Gears multiplayer or Gears single player is still higher. And like this feels like just
maybe. Listen, the people that we saw playing this, I don't think that they were that good.
They haven't even ran. I don't think I've seen anyone run.
I don't think they've exploited what could be possibly good with this game. I feel like I said that this last week. I feel like the order is PS4's Gears of War. Yeah. It has the same gritty vibe. It's dark. It's a third-person cover-based shooter. It seems like there's going to be some really tight corridor combat, and they're not fighting humans clearly.
Right.
So
it might turn out that I like it. I don't know. Just like the actual gameplay portion, I haven't enjoyed. And like the single player, like the storyline, I wish they would get more far out there, but they could just be holding stuff for the trailers.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy the more over the top power fantasy kind of stuff, you know? Like that's stuff which I'm more interested in. Like maybe like more Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen type approach to things. More so than like this kind of. I mean, these guys just seem like ordinary dudes.
But they have lived for
crazy
hundreds of years.
Weapons. Right.
They've lived for hundreds of years with crazy steampunk weapons.
Yep.
And werewolves.
And they haven't shown me a character I care about. You know what I mean? Like they haven't shown me a character I care about. Can you even name one of the characters?
No.
No. Can you name the name of their order? No.
Knights of the Round Table?
No.
It's I swear to God, it's based off the Knights of the Round Table. It's the Knights.
I think they just call them the Knights, but yeah.
This is the same. What's the difference?
Actually, yeah, sorry. It is the Knights of the Round Table. You're right. Because the main character's name is Galahad. But I couldn't tell you which mustache gentleman it is from this picture. That is actually the main character.
He's probably what's his name? What's the wizard?
The wizard?
Yeah, from Knights of the Round Table. King Arthur?
Merlin?
Merlin. He's probably Merlin. He has white hair.
But yeah, like if they show me some characters I care about, then maybe I get more invested. I just haven't seen it yet.
You didn't think the werewolf was enough to be like, It sounded like it piqued your interest when you were like,
A little bit.
Okay.
That's all I've seen is a werewolf and some shadowy creatures from the initial reveal.
Which was a werewolf.
I guess. It's probably the same thing. Yeah. I just want to see more crazy occult shit.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah, you're hard to please. You're a tough one.
When it comes to single player, yeah, I will admit that I am very hard to please when it comes to single player.
There's not too many single player games that I get wild about, but
I just haven't seen something from it to get me excited.
I thought this was visually very, very stunning. I thought from the corridor feel of it, I got a very Gears-ish vibe, which I love Gears cover-based system, and I like Knights of the Round Table. So I knew the backstory a little bit, and I like steampunk. Like, those are a lot of things in its favor right now.
See, like, I'd rather play Arkham Knight before it. I'd rather play Witcher 3. I'd rather play Dragon Age. I'd rather play GTA. Rather play Middle-earth. Rather play maybe even Crackdown and Call of Duty single players.
I don't... Single player for Crackdown? I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong.
Power fantasy, again.
I don't think it's going to be that compelling.
Rather play Bloodborne. Rather play that Dragon Scale game that they showed from Platinum. I can't remember. We don't have it on here.
Well, that's just...
I put all of those ahead of this because they haven't shown me anything interesting.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to move on because that's just blasphemous right now. You put a lot of fucking games above it. Fuck that. All right, we got Destiny. We're going to talk about two things. The trailer that they showed, I don't know why I didn't link that. I forgot to, maybe.
Yeah, let me see if I can grab.
The trailer that they showed was more... I felt like it was more of the same. I didn't really feel like I got anything different out of that trailer. A little bit more of the story, I guess. Something is chasing the Traveler, which is something dark. I don't know what it is. Something dark is chasing the Traveler.
Isn't it always?
Yeah. When the Traveler came, we got all this Golden Age stuff. I think I've read about this. But, I mean, nothing from that trailer was groundbreaking for me. What I am a little disappointed about is how Bungie seems to be very... they're just favoring, it seems like, the PlayStation quite a bit.
Pretty heavily.
And I think in an interview I saw, they're like, no, we're not going to be doing that. No, don't worry about it. And it's like, dude, they get... those dudes are in the alpha right now. Like, the beta starts earlier. They get the white PS4. They're bundling stuff. I mean, it's just like... I mean, I don't know how you guys can seriously say that, like,
exclusive
with a straight
vehicle,
face.
Exclusive mission, strike.
I think that's the only thing that has really annoyed me about this whole thing. The game is still, like, obviously, I think it's bumped down a little bit from, like, my top 3. It might be, like, top 5 now. But it's certainly very compelling. Right before the show, Colin and I were watching Ninja stream the alpha. He might still be doing it. But multiplayer... Listen, Colin, you watch more than me. And, you know, some people are hyped about the multiplayer. I think it looks good. I just don't have competitive expectations for, like, this game. I said it time and time again. I don't feel like Destiny is going to be the go-to destination for playing competitive shooting for this game. So it might have a huge following, which could definitely, you know, if you have the numbers, then anything is possible. But I don't know about it.
Yeah. I mean, the gameplay looked good on Ninja's stream. I watched it for like maybe an hour earlier today. It just doesn't... I'm having trouble getting excited for it, that's all. I haven't seen anything that kind of blows me away. It looked really similar to... you compared it to Killzone earlier today, and then I compared it to Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the way that like the kill times work and the movement works. Like you can't expose yourself for very long, it seemed like, because the kill times are super fast from the footage that the gameplay we saw. That could change based on what level you are, based on what armor you have, which again is like going back to the competitive nature of it. I actually heard Ninja, when he got killed the one time, he's like, oh, because they both shot at each other and he died first, essentially. Like they start shooting at the same time, and he's like, oh, he must have had a better gun. It's like, and then like he took a good 30 seconds, like, or maybe I need to aim for the head more, is what he said. But initially it was the gun blame, and I can already see it. Already see it. They can have 60 FPS, which they don't, they're 30 FPS. They could have dedicated servers, and people will still be like, oh, He only killed me because he has a better gun. He has better gear. And it's like, you're already inviting that conversation in.
Yep.
Already. Even with limited gear. Because in the alpha, you can only get like level 8, right? Like, you're level capped. So it's not even like there's a ton of stuff. So it's just always going to be there. That possibility that someone has a better gun than you in a certain scenario. And that's never going to go away.
It's never, ever going to go away. You're going to hear people saying that from the time the game launches to the time it ends. It is never going to go away. And that is why I don't think that this game will ever remotely get close to a quote-unquote competitive title. In the sense that it's like esports. Is it is Destiny 30 FPS?
Yep.
I thought, no, Colin, I think that they were going... No, they're going for higher resolution.
1080p, 30 FPS.
1080p.
Initially, they announced 900p, I think it was, and they said that with the Kinect update, which freed up some of the GPU, they can get to 1080.
Yeah, on Xbox. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So 60 FPS on all platforms, I believe.
You mean 30?
Or sorry, 30. Sorry, 30 FPS. So I mean, yeah, like the gameplay looks okay. It's not bad. It looked really similar to Halo 4, but with fast kill times is my takeaway.
Yeah, it was like Call of Duty-ish. One of the things that I had noticed from watching ninjas, the map sizes are really large. Vehicles seem like they can spawn quite quickly based off of you bringing up your little
Look like you just get one for free, if I was interpreting it correctly. It looks like you can just like pull up your thing, select the vehicle, and you go.
And then you go driving.
You're immediately in the car,
and they just materialize, so it's not like you have to find them. There was like a weapon, vehicle weapon that spawned on the last map we were watching. He got in that, went on a little kill streak or whatever. It's hard to watch Ninja though because like a lot of other people, I'm guilty of it. I think everybody is. But once you're in a competitive state like that, they die and they start bitching about stuff, and it's like really hard to get into it. Like, here's an example that really annoyed me: is he spawned in his golden gun, got some sick one-shot kills on people with his golden gun. Someone spawns in a golden gun on him and kills him. He fucking complains about it for 5 minutes about the golden gun. And it was like, dude, you just killed people with the golden gun in one shot, doing ridiculous shots. Like, they were probably like, there's no way this dude is going to hit me. Boom, I'm dead. And they're probably bitching about it too. But it's like, how can you complain about it and you just fucking used it to kill somebody in an outlandish way?
Yep.
That annoys me, and that's going to be with the competitive community forever. But that is,
it's basically
another
a kill streak,
example.
Right? Like,
yeah. It's another example of like, is this guy going to have a golden gun? Is he going to ground pound me from the air? Is his armor different? Is this attack higher than mine? So many questions.
You can't know any of those things. Like, you can't tell if someone has the ability to ground pound you. Like, you can't tell if they have the super up as far as I can tell. You can't tell what weapon they have most of the time. You can't tell, like all these different things that are one-hit kill, and you can't really confirm it. So that's going to be annoying. Just initially, that's what it seems like.
I'm not trying to call Ninja out. Like I said, I'm guilty of it too. But, he's just like, how can you fucking hit this sick, nasty shot on this dude with the one-shot golden gun? Boom! He's like, ooh, get domed, scrub. Fucking Randy. And then 2 minutes later, he gets killed by a golden gun. And it's like, fuck this fucking golden gun, one-shot bullshit. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's joking, like playing it up or whatever, but it's like, you just killed somebody with the same weapon, like even more outlandish than you got killed. And it's like, you're complaining? What? That's the stuff that bothers me with the competitive community, and I try to cut it out as much as possible, but it's like, it gets old. Like, it gets old. Like, he's been doing it probably longer than me or as long as me. Like, you just die. Like, you die. Like, sometimes you just can't help it. Like, you will die. Why bitch about it? Like, keep playing. It's wasted breath. It's wasted discussion.
Anyways, Alpha starting this week.
Yep. Thursday.
For PlayStation owners, you can sign up for the Alpha. Ninja was saying they're going to make it really easy to get in as far as how many people they let in. Since he knows someone over at 343, at Bungie that hooked him up with the invite currently. So that's June 12th. PlayStation owners only. Xbox people won't get to play till the 21st of July when the beta comes out on Xbox. alpha or beta for or PlayStation starts 4 days earlier on the 17th. And then there's also the bundle with the PlayStation 4. Which, again, is the same issue I had with Titanfall. Is if you're buying the bundle, then that means that you don't have your pre-order for the game, which you need to get into the beta. Unless you purchase pre-order as well, then throw it away. It's kind of weird.
Which, I've already got my pre-order, and I've already entered my stuff, so I'm good. Needless to say, if you guys can, over the next 2 days, if you have a PlayStation and you're going to get into the alpha, worry about it then. But watch Ninja. Watch him stream. I think one of the things that we should mention, and again, keep in mind he was streaming. I don't know his network connection. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Some weird network.
There was some noticeable lag. Yeah. Some very noticeable hit registration issues.
It seems like the weapons aren't client-side, which was the surprising thing to me. So I think a lot of people that play FPS games at this point know what client-side is. But if you shoot at someone and you hit them on your screen, normally in a client-side game like Call of Duty, for example, it was probably the one that popularized it. You will send your thing saying, hey, I hit this guy to the server, and the server's like, okay, then you kill him. So sometimes that guy can be around a corner by the time the server actually kills him. But on your screen, if you hit him, you hit him. And that's what makes it feel consistent. It seems like Destiny isn't using client-side for anything, because I was watching Ninja straight up hit people repeatedly, and it wasn't giving any hit indication. And several times they just died way later as well. So it seems like that may all be server-side, which could be concerning, because it is heavily affected by lag in that case, which is where you got host advantage and that kind of stuff before.
Yeah.
If there's host advantage. I don't think they've confirmed dedicated, as far as I know. Have they not confirmed dedicated?
Well, I don't know about on PlayStation. But most certainly on Xbox, they have to be on dedicated. There's no question about it.
I'm looking. It's going to be a not very quick Google search, though, unfortunately.
The next bit, we can just go on and let you search for that.
Yeah.
PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now. Very excited for this. Extremely excited for it. Now, there actually, we had, Coast and somebody else that was in the chat last week that were saying that we're in PlayStation Now. They actually did announce it. That was another prediction that we got right.
Yeah.
The one I got wrong was the price drop, which was my outlandish one. But PlayStation Now, the open beta for it starts July 31st on PS4. And then it will be out later on PS3, Vita, and Sony TVs. So if you're a PS4 owner, you need to get into that PlayStation Now open beta on July 31st. And Sony has said that they're going to shoot for games priced between $3 and $20. That is the initially I had that as a rumor, but then I went to double check that. But that is exactly what they said. Now they said, hey, if their games are priced more than that, we don't ultimately determine if a publisher is going to or a developer is going to set their price at in those ranges. It could be at 99 cents or it could be $30. That's just what they want. I guess encouraging publishers to shoot for their pricing. I don't know how many of you guys are interested in this, but there's definitely a lot of games, mainly most of Suikoden games that I want to play again. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. But I love those. Wild Arms is a game I want to play again on PlayStation. Just a bunch of RPGs mostly. I just want to run through them and see if they hold up. I think Suikoden will. So, I mean, it just seems like some real good stuff. Pretty excited.
PlayStation TV only $99 as well. Was the other for the set top thing.
Really?
I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't. So what are they trying to match? They're trying to match Amazon, the Fire TV, $99.
Yeah. The press conference just took a huge nosedive for like 30 minutes where they talked about all this shit. And it's funny because
not the games.
No, they just dropped off. Like they showed No Man's Sky, And then they talked about all this stuff for like 30 minutes. And then they came
Yeah.
back with like Metal Gear, which we didn't have on the list. But yeah, Metal Gear. I haven't played. So I can't really
Siphon
talk
Filter?
about it.
Oh, I forgot about that game.
Siphon Filter? Yeah.
The game that should have had more sequels but got phased out.
Yep. Yeah, I think that does it for Sony. Like I said, we didn't mention Metal Gear. I couldn't make anything of the trailer because I haven't played the game, and that trailer was just batshit all over the place, which is how Metal Gear goes.
I'm not... there's nothing I have to add about Metal Gear. I know it was something that people were talking about a little bit, but... Last but not least, we're ending with the Nintendo. We're shooting just over 2 hours for the show. Not bad time.